imagine high performance, even more so than ever. We're having some technical difficulties today, so we hope we can make it all the way through the show. But as you can see, I'm Sushi, and
I'm not Kip, but I'm Jennifer Bruliera.
So welcome to season 2, episode 2 of KipCo TV. Who are we? We're KipCo. We're a multi-line rep. We have the best customers in the industry. We call on interior designers and architects. And we carry a ton of lines, amazing lines, construction specialties, all of their lines, including cubicle curtains today. We've got Okite Italian quartz. We've got lawn seal resilient sheet flooring, parterre LVT, beautiful. All the Expanco products, the whole line of cork rubber, cork LVT, Florazzo terrazzo tile, beautiful stuff. We've got Northwest Rubber, Sport Floor, and Mondo Contract. We love them all. So we're here for a quick show today. We don't know how long we're going to last, but here we are. Jenn, who are you?
I am the Architex market manager for the Houston area. I cover sorry, we're again technical difficulties a little bit, but it's all right. We're getting through it. Architex is mostly upholsteries, but we also have cubicle curtains, draperies, anything you'll see, in the healthcare markets, hospitality, corporate, we're across the board. We also have the old LJH line, which was traditionally hospitality, but it's part of the line. We're pretty robust and cohesive across all market segments. So I've been with them for about 2 years now, and I am so honored and excited to be a part of the KipCo TV team today.
Here we go. There's all of our contact information.
Yes.
And here we go. All right. So I've known Jenn for a really long time.
Yes.
And this is actually how I got my job. She hooked me up with Kip, and that's how we are here.
Yes.
All right. So what's next? We got a drink. I think it's time for a drink. Here we go.
Hey, Sherri! How are you? Where are you?
I'm good. Are you guys ready for a drink?
Oh,
yes,
my
girl.
God, you have no idea.
Yes, girl.
Okay. All right. So today we're going to make
today.
What?
What are we drinking today?
Oh, okay. So today we're going to drink my version of a skinny margarita. So usually I'm like a beer or champagne kind of girl, but being in quarantine, it's going to get a little boring. So you got to kind of change it up. So I used to drink tequila more by the shot, but, kind of stopped. And then I was like, well, let's bring it back. So, but let's make it a little bit more classy, right?
Right.
Perfect.
So this is, so my version is to get a shaker.
Right, here we go.
Fill it up. Okay. And you can really use, you can kind of tweak things for what you like. But, I kind of fill it up with the size pretty well to the top. And this recipe is for one full-size margarita. I like to make it in a martini glass. So I took this glass and, yes, I pre-did a lime and, coated it. And then I used Himalayan pink salt because if you're going to use salt, pink salt's better for you, and it's pretty too. So
Very pretty.
Get that ready. Get that rim ready.
19.
All right. So now you got your shaker. And so next, the most important ingredient is tequila. So I prefer the Don Julio Blanco, but you can use really any tequila you like. So I also love using tablespoons, but as my other friend, Jenn B, which not this Jenn B, but a different Jenn B, DJ Jenn B, taught me that it's actually called a jigger, which is like a shot, which is actually equivalent to 3 tablespoons. I had no idea it was called a jigger. This must be like a Texan thing or something. I don't know. I don't know. So, all right, you put your tequila in there, and then I do 3 tablespoons of lime juice. All right, and then so I use a juicer when I'm not juicing healthy stuff to juice the ingredients for the margarita, but you can use whatever juicer you like. And then I do
magic.
Well, that's a lot of juice you guys got. So then I do 2 tablespoons of orange juice, and I also squeeze this one too, and mix all that in there. Then I use, so for your sweetener, because to make it skinny, you can't use sugar, right? There's already sugar in the tequila, and fresh juice. So I use Truvia, which is like a stevia leaf. It's not as sweet as some other sweeteners, so I use sort of like a half a packet, but most people like maybe closer to a packet of a sweetener in there. So kind of adjust it to your taste, right?
See, let's try it.
All right.
Okay, I think we've got all the ingredients in there. All right, now we got to shake it. Make sure you hold the lid. I think I did that once. Didn't hold the lid and went everywhere.
I think I've done that before.
Okay. So first I get all the margarita mix out of here, and you just really got to work at it to get every last drop out. No, it's okay.
Oh no! Save it.
I saved it. It's good. And a little messy, but that's okay. Yeah, I didn't hold it. All right. And then I put a few pieces of ice in there because I kind of like a skinny margarita on the rocks, just a few. And then voila.
Thank you. Oh my God, Sherri, thank you so much. That was amazing. I'm so excited to drink this through the rest of the show. We're going to have to put you in the green room, and we will see you back for the toast, hopefully.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers, girl. Thank you.
Oh, okay, guys. Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties here, and we're not sure how long we can stay on the air. But we do love you, and these drinks are delicious.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers. All right. Here we go. Now we've got to talk about some happenings that were happening. What's going on? Let's see. We've got a holiday card contest. Kip's been doing this for years, but I think the salt got in my throat.
So how many of us are doing cards this year? I wonder, does Kip allow anything like digital cards?
I don't know. He didn't. Sure, let's do it.
Okay. If you have them, send them in.
Yes. Sorry, I had some salt in my throat. Okay, so
Here, I got you.
The best co-host ever. Oh my goodness. Okay, holiday card contest. Go ahead and send us everything you've got. It doesn't matter what you're celebrating. We just want to see that you're celebrating, and we want to share in that love.
Yes.
Also, we've got the holiday decoration contest. We're at home. Let's make the most of it.
Absolutely.
String that popcorn, go full Griswold. We don't care. Just send us some pictures, whether it's a beautiful table setting or lights outside. Send them over to us. We want to see them. And
send it to Sushi or Kip.
Yes. Sushi or Kip, tag us, and we'll go from there. I don't know why this is jumpy. Technical issues, low budget. We told you. No kids on the floor. We're having a bedding drive. We're going to take part in that. It's anywhere from November 16th to December 17th by Houston Furniture Bank. You know how much we love them.
Love those guys.
So brand new bedding. Drop them off in, I think, 20 locations of town, and they'll give it away to a child in need. So I love that. Let's get them some bedding. That now that they have given them a bed, let's get them some bedding that goes on top of that.
It's a good cause. Yeah.
And keeps them cozy.
A little bit goes a long way.
Absolutely, you guys. It's amazing. So what's next?
I need to talk about some silver linings.
We need to talk about some
in the midst of all this pandemic, and it's just been a rough year a bit. So
hold on just a second. We got to play the intro. We have a new one.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Silver linings! Yay!
All right. Intro.
All right. It is a good intro, isn't it? Okay. So our first silver linings is our kids.
Our kiddos, our little baby girls.
Yeah. So Sherri, Jenn, and I have all known each other for years. And not only have we known each other, we're also neighbors, and our kids all go to the same school.
Yes.
So during this pandemic and during the quarantine, our kids were able to hang out together. And that was just special.
It was a great silver lining. They were, quarantined for so long and lonely for so long, and they're all only children. So it was wonderful to see the joy on their faces when she got to see her friend and go for a little run. So.
And it's a good thing we're neighbors and in walking distance. So,
exactly.
Sorry for the jumpy computer. Okay. All right. So we love them. Let's keep moving.
Yes.
Who's next? It's Shift. Oh my gosh. If you haven't heard of IID Shift, you're about to. So hold on. Let's bring them up.
Bringing them in from the green room, our Shift folks.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Antonio.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Fantastic. So we're here to talk about IIDA Shift. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I'd love to. For those of you who don't know, Shift has been going on for over 20 years. This is actually our 21st year. What started as IIDA Student Conference has now evolved to really be an all-encompassing event to help students transition, right? That gap, that shift between student and professional. So this year will be our first year going virtual, obviously for all the reasons you guys just mentioned, how rough of a year this is. But that's just kind of high level. I'm going to hand it over to Sarah to kind of speak to some of the events that we have happen throughout the event.
Fantastic.
Yes, so Shift is a 3-day conference. So we have a lot going on in those 3 days just to make sure it's jam-packed for the students. So starting on Wednesday, we're going to have a invite-only design charrette that's for about 40 to 50 students, and that they're nominated by their professors. So it's a really great opportunity for them to showcase their highest talent, and it's from all over the US. We're also going to be doing mock interviews, portfolio reviews all 3 days. And that is really being able to allow the students to just get that professional approach to, they can hone their skills for interviews, and then also going through their resumes, portfolio, making sure everything is really crisp for when they do start to go and interview for job positions after college. Then moving into our kickoff pep rally. So KipCo is actually our sponsor this year for the pep rally, and we're so excited to have them again. It's going to be a really great virtual event just to really kick off the whole Shift conference, which is awesome.
Hey, guess who's here to talk about the person who loves the pep rally? Hey, Kip.
Hey. On location. Kip.
He made it.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Kip.
We were talking about the pep rally, Kip. Can you hear? Oh, no.
Oh, no. More technical difficulties.
Oh, my God. Okay. Anyway.
So who all can attend?
So right now we have the students can attend. We're also going to have opportunity for educators. And then we're also opening it up to professionals this year for the expo booth. And also we're going to have CEUs and workshops for those professionals if they want to join.
That's
fantastic.
And when is it? I'm sorry, did y'all say the date?
We didn't, so sorry about that. It's January 27th through 29th, so a Wednesday through Friday. And we'll have 2 days of CEUs, which should be the 28th and the 29th available for our professionals.
Great. And do we still have openings for sponsorship and registration?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. We definitely need the most help with tours and expo. So the great thing about tours this year, just with the expo, is it's all virtual. So you have an opportunity to showcase a project, a showroom, anywhere in the world, to just get in front of the students. And same with expo, right? It can be anybody anywhere who just has a couple of hours to spare to help get information and product in front of students
and professionals.
And professionals. Thank you.
And so you are going to send me some information, and we're going to post it on our Facebook page. We'll push that out as well. So that way, if you want to volunteer, you want to sponsor, you want to register, you can get to it all from our page and also on the Shift page. Do you want to give us the webpage address?
Yeah, we can send that to you guys so you have a link to it.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Great.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for joining us today on our abbreviated show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Okay. Yes, we're having a lot of technical issues. I'm not really sure how much longer we're going to last.
We're going to, we'll do one final cheers at the end, and that's how you'll know that the
and if we do cut off before some really important stuff, then we can always jump back on tomorrow and finish out the show. And hopefully we can splice it together and you guys will get a good show, or you just get to see our faces 2 days in a row and with a costume change in between, which is not such a bad thing, right? Anyway, okay. Oh, here's Kip. He's back. Let's pull him up. Yes. Hi.
I'm on location with no Wi-Fi, so as y'all can see, I'm traveling, Kip on the road. So sad that I'm not in studio with you guys.
I know, we're sad too, but we have good news. I think we're going to have to continue the show tomorrow.
Yes.
Because of some technical difficulties.
Oh no, what happened?
There some of the computers just won't stay charged.
Oh no, that's not fun. But look, I wore my IIDA shirt today for
Look at that!
people.
And will you
Yay.
join us again tomorrow?
Okay, well, how fun is that? Is that gonna be, what time is that going to be?
Well, we'll figure that out. and we'll-
TBD.
TBD.
Are we live now?
Yes, we are.
Am I the only guest today?
No, we just wanted to splice you in because we saw that you were in the green room.
Yeah.
And it's
I
not
love you.
KipCo TV without Kip, so we wanted to splice you in so you could say hi to everybody.
I love that, and I love Jen. Thank you for filling in.
Of course.
All right, Kip. Well, we're going to send you to the green room. Be careful. Please don't drive and StreamYard. And we will talk to you tomorrow.
I'll watch you. I'll watch tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Kip.
Okay. We've just gotten our first notification. So I think we have about 5 more minutes.
Awesome.
Okay,
so maybe
let's
we
see.
can get through some fat
Oh,
cues.
yeah. Let's do our
maybe?
other new segment, which is one of our favorites. Let's see.
I
Here we
love
go.
this intro.
Fat cues! Frequently asked technical questions.
So this is a hush curtain. It comes with an acoustical baffle that helps mitigate sound. Another impressive feature, and as well as ERs.
All right.
Oh my God, we love Blake.
I love Blake.
I love that segment, and you know that's my voice at the beginning of the segment.
I believe it. Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds just like
so
you.
before we run out of juice here on a couple of devices, it's been anyway, it's a little tragic, but we'll make it work again tomorrow. So hopefully
Absolutely.
you'll come back in.
Yeah.
But let's talk to James in our next segment. Here we go. Hi,
Hey,
James.
Yay.
I made it.
The dude with the coolest name. Okay, so I don't know if you've been watching from the green room, but we are having some technical difficulties.
No,
And
that's okay.
We need to go behind the scenes and see if you'll join us again tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
An abbreviated version.
Yes.
But we have a lot of good stuff to talk about with cubicle curtains and even some exciting ways to use them in ways that you'd never thought of before, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we're
I can't
gonna
wait.
Go ahead.
I can't wait. It'll be a good time.
Awesome.
Okay.
And what are you drinking?
Are you drinking?
I have a vodka tonic, ladies.
Ooh,
Cheers.
James. That's a good
Oh,
one.
It is a good one. We want to get you on. We're really excited about talking about the cubicle curtains. Jen will be here too. So let's get to that. We'll make a date for tomorrow, figure out a time.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, we just couldn't make a couple of the devices.
I know, but your segment is so important, and there's so
Agreed.
much good information. We don't want to rush you through right now, or have you get cut off in the middle.
Exactly.
No, I understand completely. I'm telling you, tomorrow's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you for being so
I love it.
flexible.
Okay, so James, we're going to send you off to the green room. Thank you so much for being so flexible. And we're going to see you again tomorrow.
Yes.
We're going to announce a time after we get with James and go from there.
Yep.
But until then, cheers.
Cheers. Thanks again.
Cheers.
We'll hear
See you
from more
tomorrow.
Bye. All right. Okay.
Oh my gosh,
We're
y'all.
getting through it. We're getting through it. It's okay. All right.
Oh, my. Oh,
Let's
man.
do
Okay.
this. Let's see.
So we
I
do
don't know.
have some local love, but I think we should get to that tomorrow as
Okay.
well, because I think we only have about
Okay.
2 more minutes, right?
right, yeah.
Or maybe we should talk about local love while we're here.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So let's do our new intro. Kip did all these, and he just did a fantastic job. That's a bang up job, I think.
Seriously. Aw.
Oh, I love that. Okay, and to a bunch of people watching out there, we love you. Thank
Yes.
you for sticking by.
Yes.
I know this has been kind of a crazy show, but we've had a lot of fun leading up to it, and I think we'll continue having fun, especially tomorrow. But our local love, let's get started on that, shall we?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Well, you know what? This is not
I
working
think
either.
I think you're going first. So let me try that. Here.
We can't. It's just not working. We've
okay.
got technical difficulties on 3.
What was that?
What was that?
Oh my God.
Oh!
Oh my God. I'm really sorry. It's Sushi's husband to the rescue. I'm really sorry. He brought a couple chargers. And he might have just saved the day. I don't know if we can get these all plugged in. Hi. I'm going to try to get this other thing figured out. But yeah, thanks for bearing with us, you guys. This is fantastic. Look, we have the tiniest guest here. Where are you, Remy-Roo? Hop on up here.
Hi.
I love your outfit. Where are you going?
Hornet is back.
Where are you going in that getup?
Budget.
Oh, I just did dance class.
You just did dance. Oh my gosh.
We were just showing pictures of you and Luna.
Yeah.
I
Jem,
can take my mask off.
I mean, it's just you and me. It's okay. Yeah. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Sushi's little girl.
All right, perfect. You guys, thank you for saving the show. Wait, this one's not plugged in.
I was still trying to get this thing. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Yeah. So how was dance class? Fantastic. Good.
Yeah.
Learning anything new?
Well, no, we just do the same thing.
Oh, I know. It's, you're kind of learning like little bits of a routine.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Have
Yeah.
we fixed this also?
Yes, it's
You
working.
guys, we can have a
It's-
normal show.
It's sort of working.
Hey, thank you so much. All right. Okay.
Sorry. You're amazing.
I know. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
All right.
Mr. Bliss. Oh my goodness.
I want to be in the show.
You want to be in the show? We're going to write you your own segment for next time, okay?
I want to be in the show.
I know. The problem is you're going to steal the show. You'll be the little star.
Oh my gosh, is James still with us? He is. Oh.
Well, I can make one.
Thank you, darling.
All right, James. We had a hero come in.
Amazing.
Along with a little girl in a tutu, and now the show can go on.
Perfect. Actually, I have a little daughter of my own. She's upstairs right now, so I know exactly what you guys are going through.
Oh, yeah. So, James, we talked about when me and you discussed this morning, we talked about silver linings. Do you have a silver lining that you'd like to share with us?
I do. In addition to my little girl, Alex, I have a 5-month-old son now who was born on June 6th, and his name is James LaStrange. So there's more of us, believe it or not.
Two cool names. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Please start a band one day,
Right.
Oh, I could. I could.
Yes,
I definitely could.
Stranges. There we go.
Why not?
All right. So let's get to tell us what you do and who you do it for and how long you've been there.
Well, I am a product specialist for Construction Specialties.
Okay.
I've been at CS for about 3 years now, a little bit more. But as far as what I do at CS, I mean, job descriptions, snob descriptions, right, Sushi?
Yes.
Everything.
Look at what I'm doing right now. I don't think this is what I was hired to do.
Everything I do is really devoted around one central idea, and that's really to provide solutions and inspirations.
I love that.
Yeah, to those who are really going to build and design the next great structure, the next great building, right?
Yeah.
And the way I inspire these people is by making common customer problems the focal point of really our product development, right? And so with that, right, is how we came up with the interior product, solutions division, the Acrovan wall protection, the Acrovan doors, and today's topic, right, cubicle curtains.
Right. Okay. So
we have a couple slides.
Yeah, we do.
There you are.
Here's
Lovely
James's
headshot.
headshot. Look at that cubicle curtain.
I tell you what, I've been working really hard to get this work from home weight off, so this came at perfect timing.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, that's good so
Okay,
far.
here we go.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. All right.
Oh, that's a good shot.
So tell us what's going on here.
So what we're looking at here is a pretty standard looking cubicle curtain in a healthcare scenario. Now, cubicle curtains are a bit different than like what Jenn was saying earlier, what Architex provides, like draperies or window coverings. You definitely don't want to mix them up with, pillowcases or pillow sheets or anything like that. What a cubicle curtain really is at its core is a privacy system. So these privacy systems, although lean towards a lot of healthcare, there's also a whole lot of applications where we can put a cubicle curtain in. For example, in North Dakota, this is just what's coming to mind now, we did a blackout curtain in a Air and Space Museum, so they could do like stars up onto the ceilings and all that kind of good stuff.
Cool.
They could look at the Big Dipper or Orion, all that kind of good stuff, but it blocks out the light, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium, normally if you're seeing the football game, right, you go down the concourse and you funnel into those tunnels to go get your soft pretzel or go to the bathroom, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what the Eagles wanted to do was be able to host, concerts. I mean, I'm from New Jersey, so again, if I say weird things like Woodard, you can call me out. I get it.
What did you say?
Yeah. Huh?
Woodard.
Oh,
What is that supposed to be? Water?
water.
Is that supposed to be water?
Water.
I'm like, I still don't know what you said.
I know.
So what they wanted to be able to use their stadium for like concerts. So I'm going to use Bruce Springsteen as an example because New Jersey pride, right?
Okay.
And so they didn't want a lot of light pollution coming in from the concourse, from, like I said, the soft pretzel area or, the margarita guy, right? So
Sure.
That's right. So they put blackout curtains on those concourse tunnels to make sure that the light did not penetrate through. And then when a guest wanted to, they could just scoot on by.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, it's really important because when you're watching a show and you're into the show and then, somebody's trying to leave and then there's all this light coming through, it sort of just breaks the experience. So, but I love
right.
to hear that we are using these privacy curtains in a way that you don't normally think of,
Yep.
like whenever we talk about cubicle curtains, it's typically to our healthcare clients.
Definitely.
But to know that there's so many other ways to use them. I mean, even now in corporate, people are having the breastfeeding rooms or the pumping rooms for the
Yep.
new moms.
For sure.
Yeah, we see a lot of that in the transportation industry, actually, like at bus stations or airports or something like that.
Right.
Mhm.
And and it's one thing to have a door, but to think about just one extra layer of privacy when somebody opens that door, to have that curtain there just to be one more of a buffer
Exactly.
between you and the rest of the world when that door opens.
Right.
It's just really comforting. So it's really cool to think about these privacy systems in a way
Definitely.
that
Absolutely.
covers
And I was actually on a meeting just yesterday with a architect in Georgia, and they're actually renovating an office space. And I'm like, okay, this could get interesting. What are you guys doing in your office space? And for this, they didn't give me the super details, but what they're essentially doing is they're taking a part of the office, maybe a separate room. They're putting 3 patient beds in there with 2 cubicle curtains, and they're actually bringing a nurse on staff in the event somebody catches a fever while they're at the office so that they can be isolated and cared for right then and there.
Wow.
They're thinking
Yep.
ahead.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. They're really taking care of their employees too. right
Yeah,
there.
Exactly. And, basically like what we're kind of hinting at is there's multiple applications, there's multiple solutions to all these types of problems that architects and designers face literally every day. If you just think of a cubicle curtain as a privacy system, then you see, you start with healthcare, and then all of a sudden things just grow and grow and grow of the potential that cubicle curtains can solve.
And I think this is the beauty of the show, right? You come in thinking cubicle curtains is one thing, and you come out going, oh my God, I could totally use a cubicle curtain in this job and in this project.
Definitely.
So call us for all your all your privacy system needs.
Yeah.
We're here for
I
it.
like the pivot there. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly. That's really cool.
Mhm.
So I do have this question. So we've got this curtain and it doesn't reach the floor. Is that on purpose?
Yes, absolutely. So remember, if it is a privacy system, if it is too short from the ceiling, like it comes up to your belt buckle or something, at the end of the day, that is a very bad privacy system.
I agree. I'm just thinking of fitting rooms.
Yes.
Exactly.
Good example.
And then you don't want it too low because a cleaning crew still needs to come in and mop the floors or, do a Swiffer or, all that kind of stuff. And now we're talking about, if it gets wet, it could be mold issues, it could be damp issues. We've all been there, like you think something is fine in the washer, because it's been in there maybe a little bit too long, but then when you pull it out, you catch a whiff and it's not super great.
Never done that. Have you?
Oh, come on. All right. I'll drink to that, Sushi. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, can I just say I'm so happy not to be in like crazy crisis mode right now?
I know. Someone sent me a message. They said, let's drink every time y'all say technical difficulties. I was like, yes.
I think there must be like 25 in there.
That's a great idea.
Okay, so let's talk about how high this clearance actually is, and that there's a standard for this. It's not just an arbitrary height, correct?
Yeah, we're not making this up. Essentially, what we're looking at here is 12 inches, at least at CS. If nobody says otherwise, we're assuming 12 inches or 1 foot.
Okay.
Another recommendation is 15 inches. But as a cubicle curtain manufacturer, we're at the mercy of what the architects and designers want. If somebody were to say we want an above floor finish of 3 feet, we might say, we can do that, but I would suggest otherwise, and here's why. So we've all been in circumstances like that.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And you did mention also something interesting this morning, how you said that it was also good to be able to see people's feet so you know whether or not somebody's in there.
That's right. Because
I had never thought of that. I get the whole cleaning thing, but never like, oh, obviously there's someone in there.
Occupado, yeah.
You don't have to open it up and go, whoopsie.
Yep. Yeah. You want to see somebody's shoelaces. The conversation, if a doctor or nurse is servicing a patient, that conversation is supposed to remain private, but also, probably not uninterrupted. So if somebody has I call them roommates, when there might be 2 patients to a room.
Sure.
They don't want to be like, hey, Gladys, did you put on channel 7? Hey, I'm with the doctor. Can you give me a minute? So.
Right. Fair enough. So we've got some other stuff to talk about too.
Yes. Let's see what else.
Oh, you had some really good analogies for this
new,
one.
Disposable.
Yeah, I am a big advocate of disposable curtains, but that comes with a big asterisk, right? So a disposable curtain, my big connection to it is think of paper plates, right? We can go to Bed Bath & Beyond to get at least that's where I get my pretty decent plates, right? My ceramic stuff, I think they're ceramic. And they're probably like $10-15. Full disclosure, my wife does that stuff, so.
Fair enough.
Anyway, but a paper plate, right? You get them in a stack of 100 and it's like $3 at Walmart, right?
Right.
Although the costs are obviously a little bit different, disposable curtains are along a parallel kind of path, right? You can get a really nice, cubicle curtain dish, right? For a pretty nice price, a decent price. Or you can get, 12 of these things in one case for like $100.
Right.
Now here I've been in hospitals across the country, and I've met with environmental services folks. I've met with infection control folks, facility managers, architects, designers, all different types of people. And I beg them, and I've seen it. I've seen people hang a disposable curtain and leave it up there for like 6 to 9 months.
Oh, no.
Now, here is the catch, right? The CDC down in Atlanta, they recommend a traditional cubicle curtain is washed twice a year.
Right.
Right? You're telling me you're leaving a disposable curtain, something that is essentially a paper, like the paper plate of cubicle curtain industry. You put it up January 1st and you take it down in June. Like, come on, folks.
Yeah.
Right. So we want you to use the disposable curtains. But they're an amazing resource, but
Yeah.
we need to change them and wash
You
them
gotta
out.
take them down. You know,
Yes.
after you give your kids their chicken fingers and ketchup, you take that paper plate and you put it in the garbage.
Exactly.
We don't keep using it.
But the good news is about disposables is that we're not just left with browns and greens and blues and solid colors
That's
and
right.
institutional feelings.
Right.
The patient experience has been going through the roof lately. There's actually been a lot of pull from the hotel industry for patients to kind of have a hotel sort of experience. I mean, they could be here for a day or two, or who knows, right?
Yeah.
So these disposable curtains, they've been getting an upgrade in terms of design. We've seen a lot of movement on the box leaf. That's one of our products there. Leaflet, rainforest. I mean, if it's a children's hospital, we can go with crazy. We can go with orange twist. I mean, you can get funky with these kind of things.
Yeah. I love it. I love that
Yeah.
it's not just our beige, gray, and beige.
Or something that looks like scrubs or something.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I love that there's actually some personality to them, but we do need to change them out as
Yeah.
recommended.
Yes. Follow
CDC.
those protocols,
Please.
please.
One of our competitors has what I call like a turkey stuffer, which we're all probably going to be used soon, right? Where you put it in the turkey, and when it gets to like, I don't know, 150, 160 internal degrees, the little thing pops out.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm like,
You
I
know
don't
what I'm
know.
talking about? I'm not quite sure what that's actually called, by the way, but one of our competitors has a little indicator that you punch in, and it's like a little blue orb. And when it turns, I think it's green, it's time to change it. But spoiler alert, that takes 90 days.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's change them out as we need to. And right now, with everything going on, it's wonderful to be able to use these disposable curtains and change them out instead of waiting to wash some fabric ones, right? So we love these. So let's push these and get these into hospitals.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. What else do we have to talk about? Oh my goodness, all the nice, fun, technical stuff.
Yeah, you can't hang a window curtain without the rod, right? So same sort of thing with cubicle curtains.
Right.
So up in the top left corner there is what we're referring to as our standard track model. If anybody was in the hospital recently, like I was, hopefully for good reasons.
Right.
If you looked up, you probably saw something similar to that. The idea is for it to be kind of invisible. It comes in that silver aluminum color, but also in white. Typically, they're installed in a acoustic tile ceiling. I mean, Jen, I don't know what's above you right now, but if it's got the grids with the tons of dots, that's the acoustic tile, right?
Absolutely.
These are installed into the grid in between each tile.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And then from there, there's tons of variations. So we can thicken up the aluminum so it can kind of hold a, something a little bit heavier.
Okay.
That's what an IV track is. So, if it's holding potentially 5 or even 9 bags, it's got to be.
I see. Okay. So maybe like emergency rooms where they're constantly giving people saline. That makes sense. Dialysis clinics.
Right.
Right. Okay.
If there's customers out there that want their track to be a little bit more, even more invisible, they can go with the narrow line where the profile is like this, but then it gets like that. It's a beautiful thing. And then if there's varying ceiling heights, I mean, I've been in hospitals that are, very, very old. One room might be 8 feet, another room might be 10 feet. I've been in, repurposed rooms that actually had a slanted ceiling.
Wow.
Right? So how do you do a track on a slanted ceiling? Well, the answer is you actually would, and this is what I'm getting at, is this, I'm pointing at it like you got like that helps, but is the suspended track. So if we're looking at it like this, right, there'd be a little suspension here, and then there'd be more track, there'd be a taller suspension here, and there'd be more track, and there'd be a bigger suspension here. That way the track goes nice and flat.
Nice and level.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So basically whatever's going on with your ceiling and depending on what you're planning to hang from these, we've got a system for you.
There's a solution.
We've also got the carriers in a lot of different types. We talked about general carriers, and also, what was your favorite one? The spool carrier.
I'm about to nerd out on you guys. I think I've been in cubicle curtains too long. If this is a topic of conversation, so my favorite carrier is actually the spool carrier, and there's 3 different reasons. I put a lot of thought into this, Sushi, I swear. Number 1, it's more durable. right? So if we're looking at a traditional carrier, it's got the 2 wheels, right, and an axle.
Which is
And
your
those
which is
2
your
points are failure points that can
Far left,
collapse and
yeah.
snap, because when you move a curtain to the left or to the right, there is a bit of a tug to it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
everybody knows that noise, right? Like I can hear it.
Yeah.
Being in a doctor's office and them and pulling the cubicle curtain, you can
Yeah.
hear
Yes,
it.
it's ear piercing. And anybody who's had any sort of cold, when they go to the doctor, before they
Right.
give you any medication, drink fluids, get some rest, right? And how
Right.
are you supposed to get some rest if Gladys is talking to the nurse all the time and they're pulling the curtains? It's a mess.
Gladys.
I'm big on caricatures, by the way. I can't draw for anything, but I'm big on caricatures.
Perfect.
So number 1, it's more durable, right? It has no break points or moving parts, right? Number 2, Sushi, you were alluding to this. It's quieter. The moving parts, right, create noise.
Sure.
Because there's nothing moving, it actually slides on the profile of the track. It has a reduction in noise. So that is a double win. And number 3, because a lot of every track manufacturer's standard track looks kind of the same, harsh truth, it is, right? If you're in a older hospital and they don't want to take down the old track, but not everybody's track is precisely the same thing, the spool carrier is also known as the universal carrier. So you can take a spool carrier, you can put it in a CS track, you can put it in competitor A track, you can put it in competitor B track, and it would work perfectly fine.
That's awesome.
And that, ladies, is my 3 reasons why the spool carrier is my favorite carrier.
Well done.
Yes, well done. And thank you so much for sharing all that. We also have breakaway carriers for the mental health facilities.
Oh, nice.
We also have the carriers for the IV bags that we were talking about earlier. So basically, whatever you need done, you come to us, and then we'll figure out a solution for cubicle curtains and a privacy system.
Sounds
All right,
amazing.
let's go next. Is
What do we have? Ooh,
Vendor
fabric
fabrics.
vendors.
Which
Hey, Jen, look who's on that list.
Woo.
there's a nice list. We can use almost any fabric, but one of the fabrics that we can use that gets used a lot is
Architex.
Architex.
I wish I was in Houston so we could party more.
Yes.
exactly.
Either you guys come to New Jersey or I come to Houston, and I think Houston's a little bit more fun. So
100%.
Houston's a ton of fun. Just wait till after the pandemic so we can actually go out. So now with the vendor fabrics, we can use any vendor, and mostly Architects, of course. But when they specify that, where are these made, James?
yeah, so our manufacturing process, as you alluded, is a little bit interesting. So up until recently, we didn't manufacture any sort of fabrics. And I know we talked, you guys had a piece on that last week. But basically what we do is a architect or designer is going to select the fabric they want.
Yep.
We need to know, we'll do a takeoff and we'll figure out how much fabric is required. We would call somebody like Jenn and say, hey, we need, X, we need, 10 bolts of orange. I just see it right. We'll call it
Right.
orange, right?
Okay.
And we need it on December 1st. Okay. And then our architects would send to our factory, 10 bolts of orange. And then from there, we take, in a way, from our point of view, the bolt of fabric, it's still a textile. It's not a curtain yet.
Right.
My connection with when I'm out in the field is, although it's not, it might not be true, but the metaphor is there. Levi doesn't make denim, right? They make jeans.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah. A company the size of Levi's probably does make denim at this point. But what I'm saying is that we don't manufacture, what Architects is capable of doing.
Sure.
Right.
So we'll bring in the fabric. And if we need a 6-foot curtain or a 7-foot curtain, whatever the case may be, we're going to pull off that bolt, 6 feet plus 3 inches, which I'll tell you why in a second. And that's where we go snip, 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 snip. And that's when we hem the sides and at the top and the bottom and attach the mesh. And from there, that's how fabric becomes a.
But where is that done, James? Where is that?
Yes. So our cubicle curtains operate Operate through Del Rio, Texas. How far is that from Houston?
Right here in
It's
our
got to be 3 hours.
So it doesn't matter what fabric you choose. Our cubicle curtains are going to be coming here from Del Rio, Texas, right in our backyard. So I just think
That's right.
that's the coolest thing.
That
I
is.
love that.
Yes.
And I think this is an illustration of the fabric with the mesh,
Right.
which is really important
Absolutely.
because the fabric is the fabric and it's as tall as it is.
Exactly.
And so the one thing that's a variable is the mesh, right?
Yes, which is why
That's
you get
right.
demos like this.
Oh, so that's the full.
Whoa.
That's
so you get
pretty.
the full
Look at
length,
that.
the full drop.
Oh, I love
So you
that.
see how it's going to look from top to bottom, and you just have to imagine, the mesh attached to the top here.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So the bolt is 70 inches tall.
Yeah.
Right. And then what we do is, like I was saying before, we hem 1.5 inches from the top and 1.5 inches on the bottom. That's why when I said if an architect needs a 6-foot curtain, we do 6 feet plus 3 inches, because then we do the 1.5 inches on both sides.
Okay.
Right. Or did I say 6? I meant 3 inches. My apologies. Right. We do 3 inches on the sides.
Yeah, perfect.
So that's when things get a little tricky, right? Is 69 inches high for fabric is a standard.
Right.
And then, like we were saying before, 12 inches from the floor is, although not a standard, we can do whatever you want, but it's highly recommended. So you got, 12 inches, 69. And if you guys are doing mental math with me, right? What happens if the ceiling is 10 feet?
Exactly.
I'm not doing any math.
You got to add a lot of mesh or drop.
You gotta, yeah, she knows you gotta have a lot of mesh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or you can suspend the track.
Like on a
Right.
on
Okay.
a
So this is
bonus.
where all that creativity comes in. And that's why we've got guys like you to do the math for us, because I'm
Yes.
not doing it.
That's right.
All right. Well, let's see. Is that okay? So I think we've got some photos of some projects.
It's a great example.
Yes, exactly. So you can see the track. And I think this is on the right track, correct?
That's right. And it's actually a disposable curtain too.
Oh,
So
Oh,
the red track also comes in
One that should be
disposable curtains.
changed regularly.
that is good looking.
And then
Oh,
we
hey.
have this one.
That looks familiar.
Now this is actually from the Children's Hospital in Iowa. Before they did the IPS merger, where I do now doors and wall protection, I focused in cubicle curtains. And I was part of my region was Iowa. So I was actually a part of this project.
Well, I love that. I think that's
And I sent this to you, Sushi, because if you go back for a second.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not wanting to. Sorry. There's a glitch.
No, you're okay. I wanted to point out that there's buttons there. Hey, cheers, ladies. I wanted to point out that there's buttons there. And although that's a simple solution, it's a very important one. I mentioned varying ceiling heights, how they can alter the mesh. I also, wanted to talk about how the horizontal dimension of track length can screw things up, right? So you can have tall curtains, you can have wide curtains, you can have short curtains. What ends up happening in the hospital is an organizational mess. They'll have a pile of 6-foot curtains. They'll have a pile of 7-foot curtains. They might have a pile of 7-foot curtains with a lot of mesh, right? They might have a pile of 9-foot curtain, and it becomes, oh my God, I brought a 7-foot curtain. This is a 9-foot track. It's not going to fit. I have to go back downstairs.
So just standardize.
Yes. And by using those buttons, we can create essentially standardized squares or rectangles. So rather than having 10 separate piles, you have one big one.
Fair enough. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I love that.
It makes it more manageable.
You know what? Just throw everything you have out and just start all over with us.
You can do that, whatever you want to do.
That message brought to you by CS Cubicle Curtains and Architects. Who said we don't do sales? Well, that was a lot of information. Thank you so much, James. I love that you know so much about it. I feel like I learn something every time I talk to somebody at CS, and I've never met anyone at CS with such a cool name. So I'm honored to meet you. I think this has been a great episode.
Thank you for hanging in there.
Yes.
I'm super thankful to be here. Usually I emerge from my basement office like I'm Gollum from the Lord of the Rings. Today I get to go upstairs feeling like a little bit of a celebrity thanks to you guys.
And an adult. I love adulting. Well, kiss those sweet babies for us. And thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you next time.
Thank you, guys. It was nice to finally do this. And I'd be happy to come back whenever you want.
Perfect. So
Fantastic.
Toast of the Town will bring you back in just a little bit. So enjoy the green room, enjoy our virtual snacks, and we'll see you back soon.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh
my goodness. Okay, so
Dude,
can I just say
we're doing this. We're making it work.
I was waiting to exhale like
I
the
know.
movie. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to not be in like
Panic mode.
I'm enjoying my drink now. I've
Y'all-
enjoyed having conversations.
Y'all didn't see Sushi's husband come up on the window like
So
boom.
that was the noise.
I have your chargers.
We had charged these computers and they just didn't want to stay charged. And we just kept seeing the battery number going down and down and down and down. And we're
Every
like,
minute.
it's going to end at any second. So we just want to preemptively warn you that we might go off the air, but now we're not. So you're stuck with us.
We're
So,
good.
Yeah, we're good.
So thank you for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. And now we get to enjoy our margaritas. Sherri, this is amazing. And I can't wait to
I
talk to you about
know.
these because this is, why haven't you fixed this for me before?
We should have made more than a pitcher.
I want to know that. I know, right?
You squeezed all the
You know,
limes already though.
Yeah, I actually got a workout from squeezing all the limes and the oranges, but they're all very fresh. And I got a right arm workout from the squeezers.
Also, people are commenting over here.
We are. There's a
I
lot
can
of Kip.
see, There's Kip. I see one from Andy.
Hi,
Cheers.
Andy. Cheers, Andy.
Cheers, y'all. Thanks again for hanging in there. All right.
All right. So for everybody that's here, so typically we do a drinking game, and obviously today we skipped a bunch of things, but
It's okay.
we're gonna go back to local love and let's talk about these. And the giveaway for today is one of my favorite local loves. So if you just the first person to put some absurd number of drinks that we've had tonight, because it's going to be absurd because I think I was just drinking to not look at the battery percentage. So the first person to actually put like an absurd number up there for the amount of drinks we have will win one of these. So let's go to local love and go from there, huh?
Well, there's a little bit of Architex first. Yeah.
Oh, there is a little.
Yes,
Oh,
there's
let's
a
do
little
that
bit.
before. Okay, hold on.
Only because I'm doing a very exclusive sneak peek
Oh, that's right.
of some things today.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So excited that I'm completely off my game tonight.
It's okay. It's all right.
I'm finally not sweating anymore.
We're in this together. I mean, I was having a moment. I was like,
weren't we? If you saw us, we were like this. We're like 18%, 17%, 16%. Okay. So
Okay.
Architect's fabric. I'm so
Yes.
excited to have you here.
So our marketing team has just been killing it with all of the new imagery. I just feel like they're taking everything up a notch because we can't get out there in front of you and see everybody. And with all these textiles, I mean, the hand is so important. The colors, the saturation is just incredible. This is a little snippet of our new collection, the Prairie.
So pretty.
Yes.
I would have this everywhere in my house.
Yes,
So much fun.
inspired by, Frank Lloyd Wright and a lot of his architectural school. So I'm loving this collection. It's really bright and beautiful, and the fabrics are just stunning.
Oh.
No, that's perfect.
No, it just did it on its own.
Okay. Technical difficulties.
Drink.
Okay, Remedy is a collection that we collaborated with HDR actually.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah, this is a tiny little preview. So it started with just a couple sketches of sea life and just inspired by the ocean. And there's just a lot of like soft geometries in there. And so we just freshened it up. And it's going to be, everything 100% solution dyed nylon. So fantastic for healthcare facilities or anywhere where you need like a nice moisture barrier and just intense cleanability.
I love the colors. It's
Yeah,
so pretty.
so more-
and you saw it here first on KipCo TV.
I know.
Now let's also say if you want any samples, you want a sample of the cubic curtain plus the fabric, we can do that.
Yes.
If you want just samples, contact Jenn, contact me. I'll
Yes.
help you find her. However you want to go, we'll get whatever you need.
We'll
there.
get you what you need.
Exactly.
And then, of course, we are kind of known for our non-woven collection. We have like over 100 different patterns to choose from.
Ooh.
So I like going over silicone and silicone hybrids. And then can you go to the next one?
Yes.
And then the
sure can.
construction of each. Thank you. Whenever I talk about non-wovens, you kind of have to talk about polyurethanes, silicone hybrids, silicones, and how they're made and manufactured in different ways. And then I'm going to show you a super sneak peek of a couple new patterns.
Is that me?
Yep.
Next? Okay.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Bargello.
Oh,
Yeah.
so much fun.
I feel like the number one question I get is I like the non-wovens, but I think of them as solids.
True.
Where are my patterns?
True.
And so I'm so happy to see these like happy, saturated, but still really cool and modern color combinations from
They really
Bargello.
are. I love them.
Yeah. And then we have Porter, which is just a really sophisticated, chill
I feel
window
calm.
pane. Yeah.
I feel very calm looking.
Can you
at
imagine
these.
that upholstered on like a really sharp chair? You know, it'll just look
Agreed.
perfect.
Very clean. I love that.
So some new pattern non-wovens for you guys.
So again, if you need a book of these or just a sample of these, you let us
Mhm.
know and we'll
Yes.
get them to you.
Definitely.
And you saw it here first on KipCo TV.
And then there's coming up just a couple extra images of a few cubicle curtains. I brought, one really long sample today. A lot of these, sorry.
Yes.
That one's a nice plaid. And then here's just a nice mix of some ombre, a classic there in the middle, and then a really soft plaid on the end.
Which is also our background for our
I
StreamYard
know.
today.
Yes. It's been a #1 seller like since the 90s.
Yeah, that's
So-
what Kip said. Even when he was with Standard Textile,
Yes.
they had this pattern. So that's why he chose it. I think he was
Yes.
nostalgic. So
It
that's,
is.
That's really
yeah,
cool.
It's a classic for sure.
I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
so next.
And then we also
Ooh.
do mood boards.
I love the mood
So
boards.
if you send me your paint samples or just, some inspirational ideas, we can kind of pair it with some of the fabric swatches or cubicle curtains and send that to you. So this
Perfect.
is ARC's 6016.
Who doesn't love a good mood board? It's like a good mood ring, right?
Absolutely. And then you can always find us on social media, Architects at Architects Fabrics on Instagram. And my personal work account is Architects_HOU. Okay.
Awesome. Oh, we'll get to that in a minute.
I know.
Okay, fantastic. Was that the last of?
That's it. Yes.
Oh, y'all. Okay.
We're getting
I feel like I just want to have a
this.
breather between every segment. I don't
I'm
know.
okay
And
with
another
that.
cheers.
Yeah.
Is there some more refill?
There is a refill.
I need a
yeah.
refill.
Mhm.
That salt was strong that first.
You almost died on me.
I sure did. I tried to do it in the cutest way possible and it didn't work.
It's all right. Also, we need to give a shout out to your high budget Mr. Mike right here.
Oh yes,
Woo!
this is Mike. He's new to KipCo. His name is Mike, and he is and he's gorgeous. I just
Thank
wonder if
you,
we
Kip.
sound like Delilah. Our voices
This
sound more
feels very
velvety.
Parks and Rec. Do you remember that? The whole jazz.
I feel like we should podcast it now.
Y'all need a podcast after this.
Do we need a podcast? Do they
Yes.
really need more of us? Yes, you always need more of us,
Yes.
right? Will you
Yes.
join our podcast?
Sure.
What are we going to talk about?
I'll
Drinks?
be a guest.
And what to do?
I don't know.
What to do when you're having technical
in
difficulties?
a power
Drink.
cord emergency.
Oh my God! Right?
Yeah.
What to do if your husband has to come and save you with your daughter? And a shout out to hubby.
Yes, hubby.
Oh my God!
and
Thank you so
Rumi.
much. Oh,
Looking adorable in her dance costume.
I know her virtual dance because that's what we have to do.
This is the life we're
Oh,
living.
cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all.
Okay. Oh, and we also have some guesses for drinks. Remember that
Oh,
absurd drink number?
Yes.
Well, we got
Oh my.
250 from Andy Fan. I think that's
Sippy sips.
it's pretty good,
Pretty
absurd
accurate.
number. We have 189 sips. I'm pretty disappointed in you, Kip. 189 sips seems really low.
Weak.
Jay Medina, Rita
Coming in hot.
coming in hot with that 546. I only call it Rita because she calls me Susan. There's a really funny story about that.
How
For another
dare she.
time when she's on here, because she's coming on here as celebrity bartender soon, so we've got a good story for
Yane.
her.
What are you gonna make, Yane?
We don't know yet.
Oh my gosh.
So far, Jane has the highest absurd number for the day. So let's see what she's going to win. Are we ready to do local love now?
And El Mundo. What is that? That's from.
I told you about that last night.
Yes.
Yeah, Andy was there for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a hot virtual loteria mess last night. Where we were still drinking. So there's a lot that goes around. And those were 12% craft beer margaritas. Is that what they're called?
Beer margarita.
You know, I don't know. Like they're like canned margaritas. Is that beer?
I don't
Or is that
know.
wine?
I
mean, it's
don't
not
know.
tequila, right? They called it like rosewater tequila or something. I don't know what it was.
It's weird.
AB Modern Group. I don't know.
7. That's Guillermo.
Oh, 7. 7? Oh, I'm disappointed. I think we did 7 in the first like 2 minutes. Cutwater tequila. What is? I don't know what cutwater
I
tequila
have
means.
no idea.
I don't know because I usually just drink the real stuff. Like
I
you said.
just drink whiskey. Well, I mean, except for today. She opened up the tequila bottle. I was like,
right. Well, we're back to college. At least
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
I needed it tonight.
We all needed that. We definitely needed that tonight. All right. So are we going to go to local love now?
Yeah.
Is it time?
Let's do
Oh my
it.
gosh. Let's try this
You
again.
first.
All right. Well, we got to do the intro again in case I forgot it. And because Kip did such a, he worked hard on these, y'all. Oh my God, we can't get the side of my husband looking like Spider-Man on the window trying to get into to be
So much. I was like,
what's that? What is that? Oh my God. Okay, so here we are for Local Love. So if you haven't watched this before, Local Love is all about just spreading the love to our local establishments that we want to keep afloat during this difficult time for small businesses. So we like to just sort of give a shout out to our favorites. So
spotlight.
Yeah, spotlight. This next one you're not going to want to miss. These are Manelsa's lasagna. Okay, so these are the best lasagnas in the entire world, and they are Venezuelan lasagnas, and they include ham and bechamel, and they are like 12 layers thick.
Wow.
They have several sizes. I think I know the setting for 4 is $30. They have also a setting for 2. You can order these ahead of time and she'll meet you. You guys will arrange a place to meet. But this woman, Manelsa, is one of my favorite ladies anyway. And then she just cooks these amazing lasagnas. She also has a vegetarian lasagna that has eggplant and it is to die for. So the holidays are coming up. If you don't want to cook, get one of these lasagnas. I got one for my mom. My mom is now distributing them all over East Texas.
Wow.
So every time I go home, I have to bring like 5 so that she can give them away and share them with people. And then I shared it with Kip, and Kip has now proclaimed he will never cook again because this is now all he's going to eat. So when we tell you these aren't to be missed, they are just the best thing ever. So if you want to go on Instagram, it's Manelsa's Meals. Her name is Nelsa. Manelsa is what we call her. And we love her. Love you, Manelsa. And I hope you guys all order. And Jane is getting a free lasagna today.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jane.
Yay.
For the most absurd drink count ever. All right. So we usually have one other one, but since Jenn is one of my favorites and she's guest hosting and she just couldn't make up her mind, we're doing 2.
Yay.
So these are really fun. Ready? And
so
go.
Okay. So I have been going to Brazos bookstore. I usually use Amazon, but I started taking Luna to Brazos bookstore when she was a little, and they do this adorable story time. It used to be in person. Now they're doing it virtually every Saturday morning at around 10 a.m. And, the kids gather around, they read a book, and then they used to be able to do crafts afterwards. It was just so adorable. So they were there doing crafts while we could go kind of shop around and, check out some books and stuff. And so I wanted to show what's on my bedside table right now.
I love that. From there?
Books.
Or
Yes.
is that from Amazon?
Yes. This is from Brazos bookstore. So this is, I'm doing like the Age of Comfort.
Ooh.
So it's like the history of furniture.
So the history of the lazy boy? Have you
Well,
gotten to the lazy boy portion
No,
now?
I'm
Okay.
still in like the 16th century.
Oh,
so
okay, you got a while.
this one's still.
That's really
way
cool.
low, and then this one's The Color of Law.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Law, if you're watching, hi.
I know. So these are my 2 books that I'm working on right now from Brazos.
So what is that about?
It's about it's the history of segregated America.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah, it was definitely recommended to me kind of back in June. So I was like, I need to read that. It's a lot, but it's really good.
That sounds like a lot, but that's really cool that you read like some serious stuff. Like I'm reading like Jackie Collins.
Well,
and self-help and how to make money books, and you're like reading some heavy stuff. That's pretty cool. So I'll just ask you about that stuff.
Fair enough. I know. I'm like, if anyone has any recommendations, we would love them. We'd love you to type them in.
Give us some recommendations. And where is Brazos Bookstore?
So it's over off of Bissonnette. So it's in the Kirby area.
Okay.
So-
And now, right now, since we are not actually doing the story time, what are they doing now?
It's a virtual story time, and I love their little kids section is fantastic. And on their website, they have a really cute catalog, like kids catalog, like suggested books. And I mean, if you know that your niece or nephew is like in second grade, you can just go and ask them, like, hey, you know, my kid, what are these kids reading nowadays? So they're super helpful.
Like
Yeah,
for
I love their
Christmas and
staff.
birthday presents, I think it's
Mhm.
awesome because we want them
Yeah.
to read.
Yes.
The more they read, the more you know, right?
Definitely.
But they're doing these virtual story times, but then they have a link to buy those books that they're reading in the story time, which I think is brilliant.
Yep.
And then, yeah, for Christmas, look, most of our kids have all the toys they need.
Mm.
How about get them really cool books, right? Kip is saying Trixie and Katya. I don't know if Fastest Bookstore carries that book, but yes, he recommends Trixie and Katya.
Okay.
I'll show you that in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, they have this kids holiday catalog, which is based by like if you want graphic books or
Yes.
early readers. So I think it's
Mhm.
just a really interesting, creative gift to give people
Yes.
that they can hang on to or
Yeah.
pass down,
Definitely.
right?
Yeah.
Instead of like a plastic toy. I
Well,
think it's cool.
And they're very accessible online, which is unique for a bookstore. So you don't have to go there.
Well, it's very
Yeah.
smart.
Yes. Yes.
It's very, very
They're
smart.
getting on board. And they have, author signings and stuff. Anyway, I just love them. They're a fantastic bookstore. There's so few actual bookstores still alive out there.
I
So
know. Just
we're
to
gonna-
feel a page of a book
Yeah.
is nice and smell it.
And if we're going to spotlight a small business, I think a bookstore is a good one. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And
Okay.
we apparently we say I love that a lot on the show. It
Oh,
started
okay.
with Kip, so I think I have to say it. And since he's not here today,
I love that.
I love it.
Okay,
Okay.
well, my other great love is jewelry. And I have a really
How do you
good
say
friend,
this?
Obsculery.
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 Ooh.
Yeah. So my husband Brent, his best friend Nick, and his wife Holly are artisans. And Holly she went to school for jewelry making, and so they moved down to Houston, and I'm just been obsessed with her ever since. She made me my HOU ring.
I'm obsessed with that, and
for Product Runway last year.
I love those.
Year before.
I think I
Anyway.
need the one that says sushi, but is the thumb going to be an I or the S?
The pinky. You'll do one on the pinky.
pinky?
Yeah, you do 4. You could do 4.
Well, sushi is fine. But
Well, yeah.
Sush?
Sush.
Sush. I'll just do sush.
Yeah,
I
and
definitely
they
do
don't
that.
have to be this big. I asked her to make them this
They kind of
big,
have to be
this
that
big
big.
and obnoxious. I
They're
just
not as
love them
cool if
so
they're not as
much.
big. Those are
I want them
awesome.
to be my whole. I was like, I want it to be my whole knuckle,
I
and
know.
she totally came through.
Fantastic. But
So-
what are your other favorite things that she makes?
The
or
bolo ties. Brent is like allergic to actual ties, but he will wear
Have y'all heard of that?
a bolo tie. Yeah.
There are men out there allergic to ties.
I mean, he
a
looks
thing.
really cute in an actual tie, but I like that he can rock a bolo tie like none other. So
I could see that. I
Yeah.
could totally see Brent rocking a bolo tie.
I
Okay,
know.
so we've got a trilobite bolo tie.
Trilobite. There's a scarab one.
They're
I mean, she
really
has
cool.
a really cute Etsy store. If it weren't COVID, she's out and about like at the second Saturdays at the
Yeah.
Sawyer silos and everything. So yeah, a lot of her earlier work is insect and nature inspired, but she's doing a lot of geometric stuff right now too.
Does she create the actual?
mold and everything?
So the trilobite, she made that?
Well, she'll find the trilobite, she'll make a mold of it, and then
That's
cast
so
it.
cool.
So it's all out of brass or silver, precious metals.
That's
semi-precious
pretty awesome,
metals.
y'all.
Yeah. So she's super creative. If you want any custom work done, or like I said, just check out her Etsy store. Really good Christmas presents.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I would be remiss. I will want to say one more thing because I forgot to say that Manelsa, I met her through my really good friend Anna, and I didn't mention her. And I love you, Anna. So thank you for bringing your mom over here to make the best lasagnas ever. Okay. So there, I love you.
All right. Local love.
Local love, yay! We finally made it. Okay, let's see. Oh, what else do we need to cover? I
I
feel like we
know.
missed some stuff. Did we get everything?
I think we're good. Yeah.
Y'all, we
hit all
made it a
things.
little over an hour. We have battery left. I'm so happy. We still have drinks. How
Yeah.
did that happen?
Just enough for
Cheers.
toast to the town.
Oh my gosh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's still here with us? We have a lot of people
Same crew.
watching. You
Yeah.
guys, we love you.
Thanks.
And if you can, go over to KipCo CS Gulf Coast and like our Facebook page. We're also streaming on YouTube. I think Twitter, which I don't have a Twitter page, but Kip does. But yeah, we're everywhere. If you need anything from us, we're here. We'll meet you wherever you are. So if you just want virtually, we can do that. If you just want to watch us more on your screen, we can do that too. Or if you need us to drop off something or do something socially distanced, we're good with that too, right?
Yeah.
So whatever you need us for, however you need us, whatever you need out of our files, and it's all yours.
Yeah.
It's at your fingertips.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So let's see who's left. Let's do our Kip did another bang up job on this one. Ready?
Yeah!
We made it!
Y'all, we made it. Sherri, I'm so sorry we rushed you through your drink making.
It's
You're
okay.
a fantastic designer at EYP. I feel like you
Yes.
didn't get your proper intro.
I know. So who are you, Sherri?
I'm Sherri, right? No, yeah, I'm an interior designer at UIP Architecture. So,
And a really good drink maker.
what?
And a really good drink maker. A really good bartender.
Oh, yeah.
Our second celebrity bartender, and she knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
I think.
and look at that lovely garnish you got.
I know.
I got my little garnish. You could do a little orange peel or a little lime. So I just had a little fun with it. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that little thing I made.
That's cute. We should have done that.
We drank the entire pitcher.
Here's
I know, like literally.
proof.
I was like,
it's
oh,
gone.
it's all
It's gone, y'all.
Oh,
We
yeah.
made and the jigger thing was only like a suggestion, so I may have overpoured just a tiny bit, but I feel like we deserved it today. Don't you?
100%.
I think you guys deserved it. You guys did a great job.
Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for the craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for a great show. Thank you for
Yes.
contributing. And we've got a toast that we always do. So here we go. It's share the love, share the laughs, and share your drinks.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Thank
we'll see
y'all.
you guys next week.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, let's see. See, now we technical.